Welcome to the guide. The goal of this guide is to teach people who can already do backflips and front flips to add twists to them. I know that watching how-to videos on things you'll never actually do is fun. However, there are some prerequisites anyone actually trying to learn this must have. While a backflip and a front flip on the ground is not a prerequisite for learning these skills, it can help. The drills in this guide work best on a trampoline, or at least something bouncy. So I highly recommend learning them on the ground only after you have them mastered on the trampoline. Just whatever you do, make sure to be safe and smart. By far the most common mistake in all flips is not setting. A set is lifting action during the takeoff of any flip. The arms move quickly in an upward direction, then are stopped and pulled towards the body, straight for straight flips, to the side for twisting flips. Your whole body must be tight as well. If your knees bend, or if your back is loose and either slouches or arches, the set won't work. I could go on and on, but these clips will demonstrate the concept better than any words could. The difference is very significant on the floor too. The simple way to know whether you're setting or not is whether you can delay the flip or twist until you're completely airborne. If you can't, then you're not setting. Without a set, you are immensely limiting your height and control. A proper set will make almost every single skill you do better, so make a habit of it ASAP, and eventually you won't even have to think about it anymore. There are two types of twists that you need to know about, and especially the differences between them. A torque twist starts immediately as you leave the ground because you push off the ground in order to do it. We learn torque twists very well as kids. When somebody says, "Do a spin," you do a torque twist because that's the only way to twist without a flip. A tilt twist, however, borrows motion from the flip you're doing and can be initiated and stopped at any time you are airborne and flipping. While it may be possible to initiate and stop the twist at any time, in practicality the tilt twist will be initiated very briefly after becoming airborne and stopped when the number of twists are done. Also note in backflips with twists, a quarter torque twist is done to allow the spotting of the ground, an extremely useful technique without which twisting flips are extremely disorienting and difficult. This is the only torque twist that should be done in flips because more than that will cause problems. To explain it in short, doing a torque twist means that you're not setting it properly, and you've seen what not setting does to flips. This guide will focus primarily on teaching twisting flips without blind landings. Without twists, front flips have blind landings, while back flips have non-blind landings. What a blind landing means is that your feet will land on the ground without you being able to spot your landing. Compare that with a non-blind landing. As you can see, the back 1.5 twist is very different than the back double twist because of its blind landing. The blind landing makes the 1.5 twist more difficult than the double twist despite it having fewer twists. Because of that, I recommend only learning twisting flips with blind landings like the back 1.5 twist or front full twist after you've learned the ones with non-blind landings very well. So take a look at these two clips. Now look at them side by side. The back double twist is literally a front 1.5 starting backwards. This principle is very important, and it is at the core of all the drills designed to teach you to flip with twists. This is the first of two drills that have a blind landing. This just means that a clean landing on these drills is not required, just the ability to do it high and controlled with a proper set. The pike position looks like this. Don't worry if you aren't that flexible, just hit the position as best you can. You want to do a front flip, which is called the front tuck, except for instead of tucking, hit this pike position. Honestly, it isn't that much different. Let me remind you, this must be done high and controlled with a proper set. Once it is, then move on to the next drill. So this is a really fun skill, and it's shockingly easy to learn from a decent front pike. Just do the front pike, then when you're upside down, in fact, any time in the second half of the flip, just reach one arm out to the side. If you twist to the right, your right arm. If you twist to the left, your left arm. As always, it must be properly set, and since it doesn't have a blind landing, you should be spotting the ground and landing it cleanly. Drill it on the trampoline too before moving on to the next drill. The pike is simply a force set to ensure you're tilt twisting after you leave the ground. To properly do the front half twist without a pike, you just replace the pike with a set in a tight hollow position. As you can see, the twist is done much earlier in this skill. Take care not to do it too early, or else it'll end up looking like this. You'll know you're doing it right when it's nice and high and controlled. This is the one drill that you should get really good at. It is at the end of every twisting flip without a blind landing, and the set of it is at the beginning of every front flip twist too. These skills have blind landings, just like the front pike. Be careful with these skills. I had hundreds of twisting flips under my belt, but when I was learning these I had to drill them over and over just to get them right, and I fell down a lot. As I mentioned before, backflips with twists have a quarter torque turn at the beginning. The whole purpose of these skills is to learn the torque and spot, which is the way you start back twists and not lose your air awareness, which can be very dangerous and very scary. Anyway, this is how you learn it. These 5 drills lead you from a front flip to an Arabian. These drills work so well that I accidentally taught myself to do an Arabian, spinning the opposite way that I normally do. After you've got that, you should practice doing an Arabian, but straight. The goal of doing this is not to be able to do a perfect layout half twist. It is to practice the torque and spot motion with a straight body, which is how it's done in the back full, double, and triple full twist. This following group of twisting only drills are much easier than the previous drills, so be extra careful to be as precise and proper with the technique as possible. These non-flipping drills are needed because flips with half a twist, in fact anything with only half a twist, is quite a bit different than those with more than half a twist. Half twisting flips can be done with very little effort and technique put towards the twist, while flips with over half a twist require a distinct set, wrap, and open, or else you simply don't twist. The first drill is very simple. It is just an introduction to the set, wrap, and open motions. You want to practice each of these twists. All with a distinct set, wrap, and open, as well as keeping a tight, straight body. Yes, this is a torque twist, I know, but it works as a very simple way to practice the 3 steps, as well as build general comfort while twisting while airborne. The next 2 drills are basically just a full twist and 1.5 twist, like the last drills, except landing on your back. These 2 drills are very important because they feel almost identical to a twist in a flip. The first one is a forward traveling backdrop with a full twist. Take note that since it is only a full twist, the wrap won't be very small or held for very long. It's actually pretty simple to learn. Just start off practicing a forward traveling backdrop, and then try to do it with a twist. But since this skill emulates a twist and a backflip with a full twist, then if the drill looks like this, the full twist will look like this. And if the drill looks like this, the full twist will look like this. The second drill is a little more difficult. It emulates the twist in a front flip with 1.5 twists. It is a jump backwards with 1.5 twists. It might be easy to think of it as a jump backwards with a half twist with a full twist. With that, practice the jump backwards with a half twist to your back several times, then add a full twist, making it 1.5 twists total. So by now you have all three integral parts that make up a back full twist. The straight back half twist is the start, the full twist to backdrop is the twist, and the brownie is the landing. Your success in the skill will fully depend on how well you can do those three drills. For your first back full twist, you may want to put down a mat or have some help from a spotter to be safe. In any case, this is a sequence you should do leading up to your first attempt. Next will be the back full twist. For your first attempt, all you have to do is start the flip just like you would going for a back half twist, but use the identical arm motions as the full twist to backdrop. If you don't get it on your first few tries, then don't fret. There are several common problems that I could describe, but all of them have the same solution. Go back to the drills, especially practice and be mindful of the arm motion in the full twist to backdrop. Then do the sequence again and go for it. It is common when you're learning a full twist to over-rotate to your back, so be ready for that. Also, make sure you're setting the full twist properly so it doesn't look like this. So the build-up to a rudy is very similar to the back full twist, but there are 2 drills instead of 3. The brownie is the start and the landing, and the backwards traveling 1.5 twist to backdrop is the twist. Before your first rudy, the sequence goes and then when you go for your first rudy, you do the same setup as the brownie, but with the arm motion of the 1.5 twist to backdrop. It is actually more common in a rudy to over-rotate and land on your back, so do it onto some swishy mats or into a pit. And it is also more common for people not to set the twist in this skill, so make sure you are setting.